Yo, what is going on, Twitch audience? How we doing today? We are back with another episode of. Oh, we're having camera issues over here again, but we're back with another episode of Coffee Talks. But this time it's the first ever Murmc Sound Podcast, and today with me I have my good homie. There's a nice little freeze frame I have right here for you guys. But with me, I have my good homie Gavin with me. So everybody, say hello to Gavin. What's good, Gavin?
What up, what up? How we doing out there on the interwebs?
Not too bad, not too bad. I hope everybody's doing good. We're still waiting for some more viewers to pop in.
They better hurry. It is hemp o'clock.
Yep, it is indeed hemp o'clock.
I ain't got time for no lollygagging Twitch viewers.
Right? No time for that shit.
It's funny. Twitch has only been around for a few years, really, like popped off, and so many people are already switching off of it. It's really interesting. The platform is saw a couple of platforms die because of it, and now its biggest competitor has basically just put its foot through the door.
Sorry, just plugging out the link to let people know that we are live.
For sure. You gotta let the people know.
Oh yeah. So, how's your 420 going so far, Gavin?
It's good. I was up early today. I did a lot of research. I ate some lunch, and now I'm here.
Hell yeah.
Smoked a little bit earlier, but not a lot.
Nice.
So I'm ready to hit this bowlski.
I got you right now. One sec. Just trying to figure a way to prop this up real quick.
For the instas?
Yep. And now we are going live on the Instas.
Hell yeah. They won't be able to hear me though, right?
No. They're gonna be forced to go onto the stream.
At severe behest. Oh, there goes my lighter. Need that. These things are sick. So, there's this guy in my state who makes these, and he sells them at like weed conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a fidget spinner.
Hi, Desi. Welcome to the show.
So sweet. And it's a lighter holder too. Keeps the lighter nice and fresh.
Yeah, you got me on that thing, dude. Like, I am so hooked on these. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I knew you would like that.
These things are so sick. Like, I'll just be chilling here, like in a production stream with some homies, or just chilling, like working with the homies track, and I'll just be,
yeah, constant.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple. I have this one too.
The OG fidget spinner. Nice.
Yeah. I have one that's shaped like the Newmark symbol that I got like years ago. I don't know where it came from. Oh, my phone keeps cutting out of the video. It like pops off and pops back on again. I don't know what's going on.
Interesting. Yo, Mr. Happy Birthday. I see you right there on the Instagram feed. What's good? We are live on Twitch. First ever Murmc Podcast. So hit that link right there above twitch.tv.ECKA music and hop on into the chat, man. We got a party going on.
It is a party.
Speaking of party.
This is always a party.
Yep. Speaking of party, let's go ahead and blaze it.
Yes. Happy 420, brother.
Happy
Cheers.
420, man. Cheers. So on IG Live in the chat, we got Mr. Happy Birthday in the chat. This kid, holy shit, Gavin. This
monster.
Monster fucking producer. This kid's put out so much content so far this year.
16-year-old
We're talking
kid?
about you. We're talking about you, lad. We're talking about you, buddy. 14
His name's
years old.
Vlad?
I call him lad, like our young lad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
I thought
kid,
you said his name was Vlad. That'd be so cool.
you
He
know,
could be the Vladinator.
we're the homie thought your name was. I said that your name was Vlad, so I was like, yeah, I don't think that's his name, but that would be cool. Vladinator, as he says.
Kind of reminds me of that part in Dodgeball where he's like, "This is Phaser and his brother Blazer."
I remember that. It was like laser, blazer. Oh, excuse me.
And Michelle.
I believe you know my personal instructor, Michelle.
Super
Oh my
underrated
god.
talent in Hollywood, I feel like.
I
Ben
agree.
Stiller is.
Mm-hmm.
Because he directs and writes a lot of those movies that he's in. Like
Yo,
Zoolander.
yo, what's good, apples? I'm not trying to die yet. I'm trying not to. Scientist. Oh, I see you, Dom. That's the homie Dom right there. Trust me, I'm the scientist. That's the homie Dom right there. Yo, what's good, Dom? Thanks for tuning in. Apples, I see you there. I'm not trying to die. And then over here on the IG Live, we got the Railbreaker GT tuning in. Railbreaker, if you're on here, we're live on twitch.tv.eka music. Check that shit out.
All right, I'm now watching the chat.
There we are.
I can see you all in there.
See all the peoples in there. Let's go. But happy 420, everybody.
Celebrate responsibly. And
Respectfully.
by that I mean like drive really fast on windy roads and
Absolutely.
like, and don't look both ways when you cross the street because who does that?
Yeah, right?
Oh
Oh,
no.
there we go.
It does this. Yeah, it keeps doing the thing. It just like pops off and pops back on. I don't know why it doesn't have a stable connection. Mhm.
Interesting. Oh well.
Yeah.
We're gonna just keep riding with it. We made it this
Yeah,
far.
maybe it'll just balance out the more stoned we get. Or
That's the
maybe we
idea.
just won't notice. Maybe we just won't notice.
That's the idea at least. So for those of you who don't know this 420, we also I also dropped a song literally today. Um, Fuck the Law with me and the homie Swamp Man just came out on all platforms. So if you haven't
Whoop,
already,
whoop.
check that shit out. All platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Deezer, Tidal, SoundCloud, all that shit. And if you go on SoundCloud on your desktop, you'll see a link for free download right there.
With the fire hookup for the fire rhythms.
Oh yeah, some OG shit,
That man, Swamp Man, dude, he's on another level.
bro. He's been grinding this year, dog. He's playing what is it? Dreamscape.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's a legit festival.
that is, dude.
Isn't that
That's
an
fuck.
Insomniac event?
No, that's Dream State.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's the trance one, right? Oh,
yeah,
it's doing the thing. Well, at least they can still hear me.
yeah. That's good.
Yeah, see,
Audio's
and
still
then it's
coming in.
back.
We're all
Yeah,
good.
and it's back. We you know
Yo,
what we could do for
Chompy,
that?
what's good? How you doing, boy? Happy
You know
420,
what we could
Chompy. Huh?
happy 420, homie. What I was gonna say is in post when we post this to YouTube, you can just every time that happens, just put a laughing face over it, like an emoji with a funny sound effect.
Yep, I got you.
Because you
So,
got them editing chops. Editing video scares the shit out of me.
you want to hear something gross? Follow the link in
Yes.
my bio, Chompy. I got you. Follow that link in my bio, and you'll hear some OG swamp rhythm shit. Just dropped it today with the homie Swamp Man. Peep that shit, homie. And if you ain't doing shit, hop on Twitch and check us out. Me and the homie are live right here on Twitch, and hop in, bro. We smoking and chilling for a good fucking minute.
We're gonna be here, so get ready for it. Apple
Excuse
says
me.
420, 420 woo.
Hell yeah, 420. It's a good day. It's gonna be a busy day
It's a
for me
great
too.
day.
I got a gig with the band later tonight, so that's gonna be
Oh,
fun.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a perfect day to play reggae.
Yep, man. The last time I played with them was hella fun too. We played. Trying to remember. We played like this, like really like hole in the wall dive bar. I was like out there on the marina near Sacramento. Last time I played with them.
Sounds seedy.
Hmm?
I said sounds seedy. Continue.
Oh yeah. It was hella fun, dude. And like we literally played at 420. We played for like a solid like hour and a half. And it turns out a homie of mine, or no, it was my cousin, right? A cousin of mine that works for Cushville was working the table there. So he goes, "Yo, cousin," and he flags me down and shit. We head over to the table. He hooks us up with free dabs. So we're all
Nice.
dabbing at the table. I took like three, and then we
Just
go
have an
to
email set up.
yeah.
That's fire.
Oh, they had like three fucking emails set up, dude. It was fucking lit.
That's that's lit.
Yeah, my
That's not
cousins.
that does not happen in Massachusetts.
Yeah, my cousins don't play around. Hold on, real quick. Y'all, everybody on Instagram, head over to Twitch right now. Twitch.tv/ECKA Music. Hang out with us for 420. Cheer.
I just made you full screen, so now I can see you even better.
Beautiful. You see everything.
Everything. Well, actually, I don't want to see everything.
It's all good.
Just most things.
Just most things.
Yeah. Like I don't want to see aliens invade the Earth. That would be really scary.
I low key would be hyped for that. I'm not gonna lie.
See, I'd be way more hyped for zombies.
I mean,
Like
same.
zombies I can get down with because like give me enough blades, I can probably get through enough zombies, you know? You ever play that game? How many? All right, so this is a game me and my friends play from my hometown. It's a really fun game. How many waves of kindergartners do you think you could get through if every fifth kindergartner to come in was a fifth grader? And as the rounds got longer, go up in levels,
Mm-hmm.
the time between each kindergartner gets shorter.
None, because I avoid kids in
Yeah,
general. I like kids, but
like
even
mid 30s, I think at that point there would just be enough homicidal kindergartners to overwhelm me. And as I don't actually have shadow clone jutsu, like there's only so much you can do.
yeah, but no, for real, that's my answer. None, because I generally try to avoid situations where there's a lot of
They'd be like,
kids.
fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep, I would look and just be like, nope.
Whenever I imagine that scenario, I imagine these kindergartners with just like wild, all black eyes, just feral children, just like practically running like Mowgli.
All all children are feral.
Yeah, until they're about 11.
No, they're just feral creatures. Excuse me. Yo, welcome in, Chompy. Welcome to the stream.
Chompy, how we doing?
Clip that instant cancel. Well, hold on. Y'all taking that shit out of context. Hold the fuck up. Fuck all you guys.
Those of you can just fuck right off.
Right? Nah, I love you guys. I love y'all.
No, but
I
like
love y'all
not
talking
actually.
shit.
Yeah, we
I
got
love.
5 viewers. Let's do it for the fans, you know? Got to do it for the fans.
Yep. Gotta do it for the fans. It's content. It's premium content here, boys.
High quality shit right here. Like
You say time and place, we down. All right. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. at your mother crib. Let's do this.
Ooh, we brought mothers into it.
Well, I need somebody to give me a massage in between rounds.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry for that. Whoever's mother that was. Who was that, Chompy?
No, I think that was Apples. Yeah,
Uh,
Apples was like, you say time, place, day, we down. I'm like, all right, bet. That's where I pop up.
Where's my camera? No. Pop back up.
Testicle difficulties. Please
No.
stand by.
I'm sorry, friends. My technological value is very low right now. What are you doing? It just like logs me out of that app for some reason. It's so dumb. That's what I get for not having a legit webcam. But the last time we did this, it was fine.
Yeah,
I had no problems.
it just might be today.
Uh, I know why. I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi.
And all the ladies say I'm pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. There we go. We got him back.
I'll be there in a second. There we go. Yeah, now we're on the same. Oh, what are we doing?
There we go.
Disconnected, connected,
Oh, we got your
disconnected,
back.
connected. All right, cool. I want to select that. The most unprofessional podcast you'll ever see in your life,
and
but we're 420
and you know
blazing
what?
it.
We're setting the standard for the most unprofessional podcast in the industry.
Hell yeah! If you're gonna set a bar, set a bar. We're
Exactly.
James Cameron in this bitch.
You know what? That's gonna be the slogan for the podcast. Murmc
James
Sound.
Cameron in this bitch.
No, there's gonna be now it's a double slogan. We got Murmc Sounds, the most unprofessional podcast in the industry, and
Perfect.
Murmc Sounds. We James Cameron in this bitch.
That'll be the secret. That'll be the secret just for the fans one. That'll be the name of our first tier of our Patreon.
We James Cameron in this bitch.
Then everybody's James Cameron. I wish there was a way for me to pop out the chat from uh, the Twitch app because I don't like seeing the delayed because then I end up playing to the delay. I'm like, I'm gonna do funny things with my hands just to watch it in the delayed cam.
Well, I mean, you got to remember you're on the East Coast, whereas I'm on the West Coast, so the broadcast is coming from the West Coast, so there will be a slight
Right,
delay.
right. And latency is a thing on Twitch too.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, total dad joke. Yeah, I'm
We
not a dad, but I do have two fur babies, so I guess I'm entitled to one joke a day.
Yeah, or a multitude of semi decent jokes.
Not yet. Oh, okay.
We're then getting there. I don't know.
We're warming up, it's podcasting is weird because there are two ways you can go about it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to podcasts since I was really young. Like I used to listen to this one called MuggleCast. It was Harry Potter strictly content, and I remember this very vividly. I started at episode 77 and they ended the podcast completely on episode 300 and something. And I listened to it religiously from episode 77 every week. Like they did a 24-hour podcast one time, but this was before streaming. So like you didn't get it live, they just recorded it and distributed it. And
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the whole thing straight through for 24 hours.
Oh damn.
Um, but what was interesting about that podcast is they kind of balanced out structured content. They would do chapter by chapter, or they would do movie coverage or that kind of stuff. And then they would just like the last like 40 minutes or so, they would just like riff about like Harry Potter stuff. And like having a good balance um of that. Delays are no fun. You guys are doing great. Super fun. Oh, we're glad you're having fun. That's
Oh, the
fun is a
pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. Funny
fun
enough,
is a requirement.
funny enough, that's actually the name for my Wi-Fi here at my house.
Really.
Yeah. So when people ask me, "Oh, what's your Wi-Fi?" Pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
Mine is Rave Cave.
Nice.
Yeah. I was bummed to see LS Dream. I was either LS Dream or Liquid Stranger or one of those two. Um, he started doing a Rave Cave stream, and I was like, damn, I thought of that like 3 years ago, but I didn't do anything with it, and now he has it, and he's huge, and I can't take it back. So I started spelling it with a K
There
because
you go.
he, yeah, yeah.
And then now
So
you just
that's
gotta play like ketamine music.
yeah. I mean, I don't think people on ketamine would like the sets I play all that much.
I would, and I do
Yeah,
ketamine.
but that's because you vibe hard to everything dance music. You know,
That is true.
I think that's something we share. It's
That is
like
true.
we could go from the trance stage to Liquid Stranger to Dylan Francis to Kygo, and like we would find a way to have fun.
Ah, to be all right. To be honest with you, I totally did not realize this was you. So,
Apples, who's
App,
Apples?
this is Mr. Happy Birthday.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
birthday boy.
Yep. So nice to see you in the chat. I didn't realize this was
Glad
you
you're over here
on your
on
alt.
my alt, bro.
Got you.
Yo, gotta stay incognito,
Mm-hmm.
man.
So
Can't
I
let
got you. I got you. But I didn't realize, but it just clicked. So my bad. But hell yes.
does does Mr. Happy Birthday DJ?
uh, Starting to now, from what it sounds like.
Good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that though. Let's go.
Yeah,
We need a
DJing
mix.
sick.
We need a mix from you, buddy.
Oh yeah.
As well as more content. There's people asking about more shit from you. So
Gonna need them tracks.
hell yeah, dude. I'm actually excited when we actually start doing like demo feedback streams and shit. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. It's gonna be a fun way to interact with the community and build it up.
Which, by the way, fam, we're looking about doing that in a next month, sometime about mid
Yeah.
next month. That's what we're
Yeah, we're
looking at.
working out the kinks. I think me switching my Wi-Fi completely fixed the problem. So
I think so. Yeah, I think we're all
hopefully
good.
I'm a genius and it's all good.
To be fair, we are stoned.
Yeah, hella stoked. Wicked stoked, guy.
Yep.
What's the thing tomorrow night?
Oh yeah. So tomorrow night we're hosting a DJ workshop in the Murmc server.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's the first of we're gonna make it a bi-weekly thing in the server. So this is gonna be the first one that we do.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I
it's the
got some nugs of knowledge I could share.
absolutely no, yeah. Gavin here, guys, is honestly apart from like the professional DJs that I hold in higher esteem because they're main stage.
Made sick tracks, and I don't make sick tracks yet. Is
You
that what
make
you're
sick
saying?
no, you make sick tracks. I'm just saying like main stage like headliner status is what I'm saying. But like
Man, I was just busting your balls.
I know, but like of people that I vibe with, work with, and have the pleasure of sharing the stage with, and also working with, this guy right here, Gavin, is legitimately one of the best DJs I have ever witnessed and had the pleasure of working with.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to hear.
Nah,
Because I know how much music you've heard.
I keep saying this every time I see him spin. He's the better DJ out of both of us.
I
Granted,
appreciate that.
granted different styles, but come down to it. Even with me being able to spin the same style that he spins, he's still the better DJ.
I appreciate that, man. I think what I value the most about um oh, thank you. Woo! Can we get a woo in the chat?
Ah, woo,
Um, 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 I think what I appreciate most about our friendship is the dichotomy of our music taste, but we have a lot of places where we overlap, and I think that, and I really appreciate all those kind words. I can't stress that enough.
Oh, of course,
But
man.
that's what I love about our friendship is you show me so much filth and then I'm like, hey, look at these happy bunnies.
I mean, lately I've been finding happy bunnies through the filth that I've been like
Well,
surrounding
some of
myself
that
with.
color base, like I was listening to this playlist on Spotify, and it was supposed to be I can't remember if it was a trap playlist. Yeah, I think it was Trap Mojito actually. But it was mostly like color bass and future bass. And like maybe there was a trappy hi-hat roll in there. So I guess maybe like hybrid trap is taking steps away from dubstep, maybe because of rhythm.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, everybody's starting to get more melodic though. Like even future and melodic rhythm specifically is actually becoming a thing now.
For sure. I saw like a year and a half ago easily, Nettie was making a bunch of content like that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I mean
So that
even
kind of, I think, though that really shows you where the scene is at, is like the people who are in the content, making the content for that scene, uh,
oh
really
yeah,
can show you where the scene is going.
oh
But
yeah.
what were you gonna say?
Future rhythm is such a, in my opinion, such a booming subgenre or like subsect of the rhythm scene and the culture itself.
Well, the convolution reverb changed the game.
That for sure, and also I think Vital had a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, Mr. Bill really pushed that, and he
Mm-hmm.
runs a pretty decent podcast. He has a lot of like up and like of the like subgenres of bass music, he probably has the
Yeah.
best like packaged learn how to do this the way I do it kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing.
No, I've been learning a
Um,
lot from his podcast and from his videos and stuff. Very very insightful stuff. So
he's
if
such an instrument.
yeah, bro, we love
Yeah,
Mr. Bill. No, we love Mr. Bill
love
around
Mr.
here.
Bill. Phantasmagoria, dude, such a
Nothing.
good that like
Uh,
I don't listen to albums, but for some reason at the time I listened to it all the way through when it came out last fall.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, have you heard his project with Killsmith?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
He's playing in Manchester at the end of the month, and I'm very much considering going.
you totally should.
Well, I've already seen him as Kill Bill Gates, which was
Yeah.
him, Mr. Bill, and Ill Gates.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool. There there was this one part where it was just like a minute and a half solid of buildups, like a bunch of different kinds of buildups. Like it was like a bass buildup, and then a house buildup, and then a trap buildup, and then at one point it was psytrance, and
What
like
the fuck?
dude, it was the absolute mind-blowing thing I've ever heard in my life. I ran up to my friend Justin, and I was like, "What is happening?" I thought it was like a glitch in the Matrix or something. Like it felt like the DJ equivalent of a skipped CD, but like in the most like dramatically like trolly way.
That
But
was.
like he's so huge behind the decks. Like he's a big guy, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking up at him, and he's just looking dead at me like, "What?" I was like, "What?" Me and my friend were like arms to the speakers, just like going ham the whole night. Like the DJs kept looking at us. We must have been had a lot of energy to give that night.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's standard the same reaction I had when I first saw Squunto for the first time.
Man, he's
Like
from my
in
state too.
like in his prime,
Um,
like in his prime and shit. Like actively
yeah,
like chopping it up like a storm. Just like,
doing 8 decks on 4 chops.
and I'm just like, what in the fuck? Huh?
Yeah, it's too bad that he went off the deep end and kind of canceled himself. I hope he got like the help he needed.
Yeah, I mean, I wish him the best. Whatever happened to, I don't really know the full extent of what happened. I kind of stopped following him because I I went from listening to like all of those artists to like the more like underground OG style.
Yeah, the like grimy rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, because he lives near me and I've followed him since I saw him like years ago, his stuff was coming up on my feed a lot. Like it was weird because it was getting a lot of interactions from people who were friends of friends or like friends of mine. And he's like, I've been there, you've been there. We both have been there, but he definitely seemed like he was having some sort of like manic break or something. At one point he was like, he said something about being like the Goblin King or something like that, I think, or
What?
some. I'm probably misquoting. Like it was so like depraved in a way
That's so
that,
interesting.
yeah, that like for some reason, like I could just understand it and empathize with him and see his struggle just through his Facebook statuses. Like it wasn't even like he was tweeting; he was like writing on Facebook, and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, I just felt so bad. I felt for him so much because I was just like, he's probably feeling so alone right now that the internet is turning on him. That is the single most terrifying thing I think is getting like being canceled. Like because you could mess up by accident and like all of a sudden you're canceled, or
Yeah.
you have a bad interaction with someone because you're whatever, like whatever happens to you, like whatever you deal with is you're going through it or whatever. And like that can make or break your whole career. It's really crazy. Like to think about how fleeting a lot of this stuff is.
Yeah. No, it really is. But I mean, it. I don't know. I always say it sucks of how sensitive everybody is and how much I guess
My
much
problem
back
with
I guess how much backing
the
there is behind cancel culture now
yeah,
because of
yeah,
people's heightened sensitivities.
yeah. Well, the problem with heightened sensitivities, it's like Dumbledore said, fear of the thing only creates fear. Fear of a name only creates fear of the thing itself, or something like that.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, yeah, and like and to that point, like if you can't have an open conversation about it because you're worried about offending people, like yes, I think humility and kindness and empathy are very important, but so is open discourse and uh like freedom of speech, and like
Mm-hmm.
the I don't it's hard to say because I'm seeing like more of a shift towards our like some a viewpoint that we might share like in the communities of the greater internet, like I feel like anybody who is like not interested in internet life has kind of sequestered on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's why Meta is kind of coming around. Um, but that's where the real vitriol is on Facebook because it's just regular people with a platform,
Yeah.
and that sort of like connection to thought, like thought to like, you know what I mean? Like your thoughts, you can easily put them on Facebook with very little consequence.
Yeah.
To bring it back to the fact that he was sort of doing that exact thing, I saw a lot more, hey man, I know where you're at. Like, I hope you get the help you need, more so than like inflammatory counter like
Mm-hmm.
posts, like where they would like because he was saying some crazy like social and like political stuff. And
Yeah, he really was. He was sharing
yeah,
a
he
lot.
was
I remember he was sharing a lot of conspiracy theories that I mean,
yeah,
don't get me wrong. I'm a theorist as well, but the shit that he was saying and sharing on there was the shit that was a little like the little too far fetched shit, and I'm just like, you have the platform. There's more plausible and even proven shit that's going on that you could be sharing right now.
right.
But hey, the fuck do I know?
I guess to see the silver lining in the clouds. Um, like I was saying, I think there's a lot more open understanding of mental health and uh, things to the like,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is great. It's just in our industry that we're in, it's almost like I don't know where I'm trying to get here. I'm trying to formulate the thought as I speak, which doesn't work that good.
No worries.
You got to work on my podcast abilities.
No, it's all good. You were kind of, I mean, you kind of have a good point there. The mental health, especially with mental health in the industry, has been kind of a big topic lately, especially within the past few years, with the awareness of the severity of it now, versus years ago. But I mean,
Yeah,
at
I
the end of
couldn't
the day,
imagine.
I mean, that's why we smoke weed.
Yeah, weed is great, good medicine.
Hmm.
Um,
So speaking of weed, since we're since we are touching up on weed and everything, it is technically a 420 stream. Um,
yeah,
Let me ask you this, Gavin. Can you recall the first time that you smoked weed?
100%. It was the first day of school, my senior year. I had just turned 18. My friends at the skate park were all trying to get me to smoke all summer. I was like, nope. And then my first day of senior year, I was like, fuck this shit. This is terrible. And we all went and smoked blunts.
Fuck this shit. This
Real,
is terrible. We went and smoked blunts. I love it.
yeah, it was. I'll never forget that day because, like, my good buddy Prescott, he didn't come to the park that often,
Uh
but he
huh.
came to the park that day. And I was like, yo, Prescott, I'm about to smoke this blunt. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, finally.
Finally.
Yeah, because I can't say it made me better at skating, but it makes it hurt less.
No, for sure. I mean, it helps
You
me.
know?
It helps me whenever I go skate. I mean, granted, the extent of skating I do nowadays is just more of like flat ground style,
Yeah.
freestyle skating, and like old school style skating as well. So I do a lot of foot plants, a lot of like slappies on curves and shit.
I knew a kid who was a really decent street skater. He had a really like stiff style, so he didn't have a real chance at like getting huge in terms
Hmm.
of like his pops and stuff. But he could carve anything. Like it would be a 2x4 hanging against a railing, and he would just up, turn like he was bonkers.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
he was like a foot plant kid too, so he would like get mad speed, just like hit a mini or something and just boop foot plant, whoo, see you later. And then there was this other kid, he was so good at tranny that like he would never run out of speed. Like it
Hmm.
was like watching the Flash because he just
Be zipping
up,
around.
down. Yeah, like all the way around, like always had enough power, always had enough speed. Like skateboarding is like I played a lot of sports growing up and
Hmm.
I played sports through college. Skateboarding is the hardest thing I ever tried to learn.
It is difficult at first, like learning the fundamentals and everything, but once you get the fundamentals down, it's super fun. Like
I spent the whole summer
I
trying to
remember.
learn how to ollie.
Oh yeah, it takes a minute for sure. It took me a minute to get that for sure, get that down. But I remember when I first learned how to actually ride, carve, and pump tranny, and I'm just like, dude, this is the shit. I would drop in on a little on in a bowl, and I wouldn't even like airing out and doing tricks. I would just be carving around and just riding around that thing for like a good solid like 30 minutes straight.
Yeah. Flow skate is like my boy Spencer. He is one of the best longboarders I've ever seen. Like in terms of like not really like the power slide gloves kind of guy, but like the slalom like from curb to curb across a long hill, kind of like really smooth longboarding style.
Oh yeah,
And he
coasting and
used to,
shit.
yeah, but like with some pump and some like aggression, you know what I
Mm,
mean? Like it's not like he's like taking like almost like skiing lines, but he's on a
I
board.
see.
Like
I knew kids like that back in high school too.
yeah, he used to shoot video of it and was like he had a really nice GoPro and like the stabilization like as he was just coming down because you could like see his front wheels, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like oh, it's just so dope. I can't believe he never posted that stuff.
Yeah, those kids are gnarly as hell, dude. I remember seeing those kids back in high school and just absolutely just shredding downhill as they're coming into campus and shit. I'm just like,
Well, it was
props to
like
you
a
guys.
symbol. Yeah, for sure. It was like a symbol to bring your board to school though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You were like stating that you were like down with the chaos.
Oh yeah, I would skate campus like if I got there early enough before all the teachers got there.
Yeah. I used
We
to
had
skate the front stairs.
we had stairs all over. We had a massive 11 stair. Actually, it's been in a couple of skate videos. Do you remember the skate video for Yeah Right back in like 2003, 2004?
No, that was kind of before I was into it.
Okay. There's a clip in the most famous clip is a clip in that the homie Brandon Beeble nollie heel flipped down our 11-step staircase.
The nollie heel flips are so gnarly.
Oh, dude, his was steezy as fuck down this staircase too. But we
Yeah.
had that. We had like two 9 stairs, a 6, and an 8 that was right next to the gym. The 8 was the nicest one in my opinion. It was about like 3.5 boards wide. Nice run up, super smooth, nice landing. Oh, dude, it was nice.
The
I miss
highest
that.
I ever jumped off was like off of a fun box that was like probably like a 6 stair. But it wasn't a stair, it was a fun box.
I've tried the 11 at our high school, and
11's deep, man.
that
That's
it
like almost a
was
story.
it was no, it was big. It was a big motherfucker. Fucked up my ankle on that one too from the impact.
Bro, my buddy Reardon, like freshman year, he broke, no, like the before freshman year, he had just gotten off crutches and he takes the biggest, like basically the biggest vert in my state. We have this like one really dope skate park, Skater's Edge. And
I've heard of that spot before.
yeah, it's massive. It's the only place that has I don't even know if there's another legit bowl in Massachusetts. But
Speaking of bowl,
he gets back on the board and goes back. He just got off crutches. He broke both of his legs again. And
damn.
he had video of it on his phone. And I
Oh
remember him
no.
showing it to me, dude. Like that was the loudest slam I ever heard in my life.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah. And I'm glad that well, I got hurt in college. I hurt my back really bad.
Hmm.
Really, really fucked up the career. But
Yeah.
um
Oh yeah. I've hurt myself a lot skating. A lot.
yeah. Well, I hurt myself pl playing off-season frisbee.
Off
I was
season
like,
frisbee, like ultimate
yeah, I was just
frisbee.
yeah, 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 because I was on the team in college, and I always wanted to play like in the summer because I knew I needed to stay in shape, and B needed to keep my throws sharp. So I was playing against this one kid who always used to rub me the wrong way. His name was the Claw. I never got his real name, but it was because
The
he only
claw.
caught with one hand. He only ever caught with one hand.
The
Um,
claw.
and he beat me to the outside corner in the red zone, and I was so mad that I just like laid out and hoped I got the disc. But I landed flat. I didn't slide at all,
Hmm.
and it blew my L4 and L5 out the back of my back. And
Oh
I was
shit.
like basically incapacitated for the next like 9 months. I was like stuck in a limp, like my back was cocked over, like it was nuts. And I was in theater school at the time, like doing musicals and stuff. And like I had to pull out of a couple plays because I couldn't stand on stage. Like I finally got it rehabbed like the next summer, but like if my junior year of college was rough.
Man, college. Such a long.
Right?
That was a long time ago for me.
How long did you go for?
I went for 6 years.
Did you finish your degree?
Yep.
What was it in?
I got a major in my major in psychology, focusing on research and applied psychology, with a double minor in marketing and music theory.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's a good combination for a CEO.
Yeah,
That's
I
something I'm
guess.
getting really stoked on is like the business side of the business. Like, for example, like when Tori's family asked me about like work and stuff, like I always talk about this because this is my basically my main focus other than building my own brand. And I'm always I like last on Easter Sunday, I was like, yeah, we just signed an artist, and he did 3,800 plays in the first week. Talk about Palisades,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's just so cool to like I don't have like I'm not pimping me. You know what I mean? It feels less dirty to be like, oh yeah, I just put out this song. I'm coming with this album. Da 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 da. I'm like, no, like I got friends and they're doing cool shit. You know?
Yeah, and I'm helping them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think it's just so fun to make dope shit with your friends.
It really is, and at the end of the day, it's really rewarding to see how much progress they gain and how much growth they gain from the platform that we provide with them. So
Yeah.
like, it was crazy enough when I like went completely just like balls to the wall, shooting the shot of just sending it to like every single playlist and every single editorial staff that I can, and it got playlisted and it
Yeah.
blew up from there.
It'd be like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the game. Like Adam Ivy talks about all the time. It's like building your database, building your um extensions of your content. And content strategy is such a fickle thing because algorithms are always changing and content viewing trends are always changing too. So ever since the introduction of YouTube Shorts
Mm-hmm.
and YouTube streaming, YouTube has been taking a lot of fundamental viewership away from a lot of other places. Because like it was not to get on the subject, it was massive for Joe Rogan to switch over to Spotify. He got stupid money. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but he still supports his content on YouTube. He always posts clips. He always is posting. He's getting shorts posted of him, and it's interesting to watch how things like that grow. You know,
Yeah, it is.
and taking those lessons you learn and applying it to your own brand. Like I watch a lot of, and I have been watching over the past few days. I told you this, like a lot of marketing and web development, and a lot of it's like hokum. You know, they're just telling you the fluff to get you to subscribe to their thing. Um, like that's almost every, but it's almost every marketing thing. Um, but it's interesting to hear like there are some concrete fundamental strategies that you can implement that aren't that hard to develop infrastructure that allows you to live the life you're trying to live. And I wish someone had told me that when I was 20 and I had way more time on my hands.
Same.
And I
Same.
tried to do network marketing in college. I got involved with the Amway Corporation, and everybody poo-pooed me, said I was crazy. And then all of a sudden, Amazon is doing exactly what the Amway Corporation has been doing for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
which is affiliate linked market share. So you get a link, links them to your store, they do fulfillment. Like Amway predates Amazon and they've been shipping their I don't know if you're familiar with the Amway company, but it's a network marketing based I independent biz IBO driven sales company basically. And they sell all different kinds of stuff, great nutrition products and all different kinds of stuff. Um, but I got involved with them because they had a really dope energy drink line that was healthy, it was powerful, so you really only had to drink one, and they had like diet ones. And I thought I was going to be able to move all this energy drinks, and I blew like an entire business credit card on this endeavor. I
Hey,
ended up
Legion
ha
of Base, thank you for the follow.
hey, happy 420, Legion.
Happy 420. Shit.
But long
Speaking of
story
which,
short, um, I wish someone had, or there was, I wish there was more infrastructure for developing web content back then.
yeah.
Because like Squarespace didn't exist back then. You basically were stuck with WordPress. And I started a WordPress blog the year after college. It was called GDW blog because it was Gavin Wright's blog. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like I used to write a lot of fiction and stuff. And but this was before like college got serious, and I was like, ah. And I was like trying to run ads on it, and it was lame. And but this next website I'm gonna launch is gonna be sick.
Hell yeah, dude! I can't wait to see it. Flying out to Colorado tomorrow. Well, shit, you should have been there today, dude. There's hella shit going on in Colorado today. Fuck.
I wonder if the amount of weed causes any sort of environmental disturbance in the atmosphere over Boulder.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows? Gotta love weed.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. Have I told you the first time I ever smoked weed since I asked you the
No,
question
yeah.
earlier?
Tell me the story.
All right. Super super funny story. So this was back in like I want to say eighth grade. before before my parents moved me to the suburbs. Um, but during seventh and eighth grade, I was essentially sentenced by my parents and family to go to this like Christian religious reformatory school that focused more on like behavior and punishment versus like actual like curriculum and shit. Well, not
Yeah,
more
but
punishment, but like behavioral correction, like corrective behavior and all that shit. And so I got in a lot of trouble there because there was kids that I knew that I didn't really get along with over at that school too. So like the minute I saw them, I'm just like great, I got to deal with them. So then all physical altercations and all that shit.
yeah.
And so instead of like suspending me or sending me to detention, they told me you just need you just need opportunity to get some to see the light and get some more and get God into your and allow God into your life and all that shit. So I'm like, all right, so what? My detention? Am I suspended for like a few days? What's going on? So they told me that I need to go to youth group. Like I have to be there or else I'll be expelled. I'm just like, all right, well fuck, can't get expelled again. So going there, I've met two dudes that was cool that I was actually cool with, and we were hanging out. I'm just like, dude, this shit sucks. And they're like, yeah, we know. You want to go smoke weed? And I'm just like, I've never done it before, so I guess sure, yeah. But what's it like? Like, what's it do? And they're like, just come with us. So I thought we were gonna go like outside to like the field or like somewhere just far off. Nah, we fucking went inside the church next door.
You smoked weed in a church for the first time, you sacrilegious motherfucker. At least
Yep.
I did it at like in like the hallowed halls of the skate park.
Hey, for what it's worth, I assumed and was like thinking that we should do it outside, like away
Yeah,
from everybody.
yeah, yeah.
But they're like,
That's
nah, fuck
usually
it,
the
we
move.
smoke in here all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I didn't want to argue with them. They're the ones that do it all. They
The
said,
spirit of the Lord.
yeah, right. I'm just like, they say, they do it all the time, so fuck it. And then we start smoking, and then go figure that's the time that we get caught.
Sad day.
Yeah, but
That must have been a sobering get caught smoking in a church. That would sober me up real quick. I'd be
I
like,
was
"What's high?
so
I don't know what that
stoned.
is."
I know I was so stoned.
The sad part is you're never as stoned as that first time.
I mean, there have been plenty of times where I've been damn near as stoned, if not just as stoned.
You ever get like a like pack from the dispensary and like you like smell it and then like smoke it and it like just reminds you of high school weed,
Yeah,
just like heady weed, and
that
it's
was.
like
Oh my god! So that's hella funny. You mentioned that. So that was the last pack that I got from the dispo. It reminded me of this shit that we smoked. So the day it brought me back to this specific day. So this one day, it was me, my homie Matt, my homie Tony, his girlfriend, some random chick that was like like hanging out with us that day, and like this new kid that was like hanging out with us that wanted to like smoke weed with us and shit. And so we didn't know this kid, so we're just like, we're just gonna fuck with them once we get hella stoned and shit. And my
You,
homies are like, oh, just be nice, bro. Leave him alone. Because, like, I'm the one that always goes, like, hella far and shit. Like, just takes it too far sometimes and shit. Because, you know me, I got no filter.
King of the Trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you were a mythological, chaotic, neutral, or chaotic evil uh, creature, I would think you would be like a cabal.
Remind me what that is again?
A little like underground a kobold, like a underground dwelling lizard person,
Oh, okay.
but not a person. They're like
Mm.
early enemies in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember it. I remember now, but memory wasn't jogging.
Yeah, because
So,
like, no,
uh,
go ahead.
so we link up with everybody after school. We go down. We take this bike path that leads to like this like dirt path that leads down to the creek where there's like this little nook that we set up that is right next to like these like dirt jumps that we've built over the years and shit. So we all get down there. We all like sit down on the stumps and the logs that we gather around as like furniture and shit to like chill and smoke on. And we were like, oh fuck, anybody got papers? And everyone was like, nah, we don't. I'm like, hold on. So I opened my backpack and I forgot that I was supposed to go refill my my prescription.
Mhm.
But I was like, fuck it, I'll just get a new bottle. So here I am, fucking taking a pen, poking holes on the lid. So I took the lid, flipped it upside down because you could like screw it in and shit. Flipped it upside down, poked hella holes, put some foil on, and then poked hella holes where the holes I poked, along with brand new holes and shit. And then took the pen, poked one hole in the bottom and another hole for the carb, and we had a fucking makeshift pipe.
There's a whole new meaning to medicine.
Right? And then my homies just look up like after like letting me do my work for like a few minutes, and they're just like fucking MacGyver over here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I remember
bro.
this kid, Sean Imes. He's like a pro skater in LA, in California now.
Mm,
Um, I remember this one time he made a legitimate bong out of a water bottle and an expo marker,
yep.
like with water and everything. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
talk about MacGyver. Like that's like space aeronautic level.
I've done that with PVC pipe and a Gatorade bottle.
My first roommate in college was very into gravity bongs, which is probably the grimiest way you could smoke weed ever.
Yeah.
He used to do like massive res rips out of it. It's just
Res riffs.
out of a gravity bong, bro.
Have some class, dude.
Oh man, he was a good guy, Andy.
I've never smoked the rest of my life.
Sometimes it be like that, you know. You just
I understand that, but at that point, nah. Yep,
tinfoil
I've made
bulky.
tinfoil bowl pieces, like full on tinfoil balls that I've carved out to make bowls. I have done that.
Oh, that's like asking for heavy metal poisoning.
Well, I mean, you put screens on the bowl.
True.
Mm-hmm. You either put
I
screens
was
on
always
or you
a
put a
fan of the
top.
apple.
Apple. I've actually done a watermelon bong too. That was
Ooh.
fun.
You ever done a vodka watermelon where you
Yeah.
take grain alcohol and like just cover it with the watermelon and then put it back together and you wrap it in tinfoil, put it in the fridge?
Nope.
Game
Ne-
changer.
Never done that. Was not that. If I was really thinking about doing all that with alcohol, I would just say fuck it and just drink alcohol, take a bite, drink alcohol, take a bite.
That's a interesting way to do things. It's
That's
all in
where
the
that's where I was.
process, you know,
That
delivery system.
that's where I was. But fortunately enough, I don't drink anymore. I just smoke.
Me neither. And we talk about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sobriety from alcohol can set you free on so many levels. And like I feel like sobriety is a relative term. I feel like having this sort of like concrete white and black like line, whether
Hmm.
either you're sober or you're not, like um you gotta go to Seattle according to Legion of Bass.
Yeah, I'm due to go to Seattle here soon. Apple bongs and you. I'll give you the watermelon vodka there, and I'll just sit there with the apple bong, or with the apple pipe. I've also done a banana pipe too. That was interesting,
Yeah, that is interesting.
but it
But
worked.
like I was saying, like I made it a point to never drink alcohol when I was performing or when I do perform, and that sort of opened my eyes to the fact that even if I'm at an event, I still have to carry myself like I was performing that day because
Hmm.
you never know who you're going to meet and you never know what kind of connections you're going to make. And like thinking back on it, I wasted so much time getting wasted at clubs and at events where I could have been talking to people and I could have been making connections and treating it like carrot pipes rip hard though.
I've
That's
never done a
some
carrot pipe.
that's some Harvest Moon shit.
Think about it though. A heart. You hold on. Hear me out.
Uh,
You take the carrot. You cut off a piece of the fat end so that way it's flat, like straight. You do the same thing on the tip. You take out the whole center, right?
what with like what with like a fucking drill?
Yeah. Just clean it before you use it, obviously.
True. I'm just imagining you like what it, I'm just
It could be.
imagining you with a drill press, like holding a carrot, like about to
Dude,
make it
if I
into the.
had one, I totally would. I would literally do that. Call that vegan smoking.
Yeah, only if you eat the carrot after.
Well, obviously, I mean, what, you just not throw the apple away afterwards? Nah, you eat the whole damn
Never.
thing.
Well, it depends on
But I'm
where you're
saying,
at.
like,
Like if you're with like four people, then you like throw it at a car. If you're by yourself in your house when your mom's gone and you're trying to play Xbox, like I did every time I smoked out of an apple,
Oh
like
yeah,
you
you gotta eat the evidence.
gotta eat the evidence.
Just make sure you don't eat the ash, or at least if you do by accident, make sure it's a big chunk.
Well, what I used to do is I used to shave the top of the apple and use the shavings to create like a screen and a like bowl sort of thing.
Ah, I see you.
You know what I'm saying? So
Got
like the
real fancy
ash.
with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would take my time.
Oh yeah, I would just make make the bowl into the apple.
Mm.
And I would try to clean and scrape it out, but sometimes if I was lazy, I'm like, ah, fuck it, and just eat the whole part with the bowl in it.
Savagery.
I've had worse. I remember one time on the road, we were smoking. This is when I was with my punk band, and we were smoking with this band called Rudimentary Peni.
Okay. That is a punk band name if ever I've heard one.
Right, and we're hanging out. We're backstage. We're hanging out. We're all smoking, and I had a doobie in my hand, and I just put it out in my hand because I was like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. And then one of the guys in Rudimentary Peni goes, dude, $40 says you eat that shit. Why?
Yeah, I've never been that guy.
And he goes, all right, fuck it, $80. So then my smart was like, why? He goes, all right, $100. I'm like, okay.
It's like those kids who used to inhale the blunt, the end of the
Oh
blunt.
my
What is
god.
that? What's that called?
Wu Tang.
Yeah,
When the
yeah,
Wu Tang,
yeah.
I've seen that happen before. Oh my god.
There were kids who used to do that on purpose, like they wanted it.
I know. I met one dude who would do that. He was an older dude, but this when I was living in South Sac. We called him OG crackhead because that dude. We weren't sure if he was a crackhead, but damn,
May have formerly been a crackhead.
probably. But I'm about to put it out. He goes, "Hold up, there's still weed in that." I'm like, no, no. He goes,
Excuse me.
and then just lets it go, and I'm just like, huh? He goes, yep. Wu Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. All right, nice seeing you, Youngblood. I'm out.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And then the guy that I was also smoking with, he goes, oh yeah, he does that so every so often. That was like a
Yeah,
culture shock to me. Like,
yeah, that would
what the
definitely. I'd be like, where did you come from? You are an alien.
right? And then this dude is literally like walking away, and I hear him coughing, and like I see like bits of smoke come out as he's coughing. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Meaning it's burning in his lungs.
I'm like, can the man fucking does he have lungs anymore?
It's made of rawhide.
Right.
That was always one of the biggest like examples I would give to people when they were trying to quit smoking and switch to vaping when I was working at the vape store.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would show them this video and it's like a constant stream of vape, like a whole like tank of vape, and then they smoke like a pack of cigarettes, but they're through like I don't know if you've seen this, but they're through like glass and they have cotton balls all in them.
Yeah,
And
I seen
they
those.
like yeah, like that freaked me out. I was like, I don't want that in my lungs. So I think I'm gonna do something different. Who knows? We might all get strokes in 10 years from vaping and accelerating our brain cells, but
I mean, the way I see it, I smoked enough cigarettes throughout my younger years to give somebody cancer.
yeah.
So the last time I got my shit checked out, they said I'm all good. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I haven't smoked cigarettes in years.
I might have had one in the past year just for fun.
I mean, the last time I
But
had some was at Lost Lands, but granted, I was really fucked up, and that was the only thing that was keeping me like centered for the most part.
something about the act of smoking a cigarette when you're really tripping is something
Well,
to it.
well, luckily, well, fortunately enough, there were also American spirits as well.
Oh, yeah. Always good.
Mm-hmm.
What color?
It was the yellow pack. That's all they had.
Oh yeah, yellow's where it's at. That was the first pack of cigarettes I ever bought was a yellow pack.
First pack of
But
cigarettes I ever bought was a pack of Marlboro Hundreds.
the true cowboy killers.
Mm-hmm. And then I met. Funny enough, um, originally smoking a blunt at first with the owner of this rehearsal studio spot in Sacramento called Godlike Rehearsal Studios, and it's just like this huge warehouse, huge fucking warehouse, and inside the warehouse there's like, fuck, I think it was like a 15 by 14 foot space, all sectioned out. Like there's like I think like 80, 90 rooms or some shit like that, like perfectly like insulated, blocked off. Basically you have your own door, your own AC units in there, and everything. And as long as you like pay your rent, you can literally come by whenever you want, play your music as loud as you want, and bring whomever you want as long as you know you're there or your authorized users on the lease are there. You know what I mean? So I was smoking a blunt with the owner once we signed our lease and everything because I was like, I'm gonna go outside and smoke this blunt. So if anybody wants to come outside and like smoke a cigarette or join me in this blunt, you know, feel free. So she was smoking a blunt with me, and then she goes, "Hold on, I need a cigarette," and she pulls out a pack of uh, unfiltered, what was it, Lucky Strikes. And I'm like, "What are those?" And she goes, "Strikes." It was a staple back in the '60s. I'm like, "Can I try one, dude?"
You ever see Mad Men?
Mm-hmm. That's all they had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
instantly hooked to that shit. I'm just like, this was real. This is nice. I like this. And then that was like
My
my cigarette of choice for ever
yeah,
until
they're
I stopped.
pretty I feel like they were pretty expensive when I was working at the liquor store.
They are. They're like,
Yeah.
I think they're now like 12, 15 bucks a pack.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah, they
thank
were
God
pretty
I
expensive.
do not smoke anymore.
I smoked Crushes for a long time.
I did too. Well,
Well, I liked the Marlboro Next better. because they were like wintergreen.
What was it that I had? I went from that to what was it? Some fucking white pack of Camel menthols or some shit like that. I don't remember.
99 blues for summer because my mom's friend Randy always had cartons and would just give me packs.
Ah,
But you
now,
know, now I'm
okay,
just vaping.
same. That's what I've been hitting. I just got this one a few days ago.
I've been seeing those a lot. They are peak. You are correct, Legion of Base. They are they are
Absolutely.
definitely peak. That
Uh,
was like peak early raver Gavin.
same.
Like
Early raver ECKA for me as well.
Mr.
Yo,
Malware
malware, what's good?
coming
Correct
in
me
with the
if I'm
cool
wrong.
cat.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Gavin, but is it almost 4:20 for you?
Yes, it is. In like 9 minutes.
All
I
right,
don't think I
cool.
have enough weed in here. I also should smoke with Tori because we share weed. So I'm going to invite her in here. She won't
Absolutely.
be on she won't be on camera, but
No
I'm
worries.
gonna have her join.
No worries. No
All
worries.
right, I will. You keep the people. I smoke butthole phrase. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Um,
that's right. That's Ryan. That's malware. There's a four. Here's a Here's what the fuck is this Legion of Base? Honestly, if I see one 420 post, I'm deleting you off Facebook. I do not wish to associate myself with those who celebrate a consumption of a very dangerous and illegal drug. Kids should not be glorifying this disgusting habit, especially to consider it a holiday. Christmas is a holiday. Easter's a holiday. Why they're both celebrating our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This shit is not a holiday. Stay away from the devil's herb today, guys. Please, I beg you. Ah, I see. Honestly, I know this is shitpost, but this is also a fun topic. I love hearing this argument from, the sensitive people that are out there. Primarily because, it's how do I say this? They have a they try to have a valid argument, but at the same time they don't double check their facts because in the said good book that they're preaching from, there is actually devil's lettuce or Satan salad. Both. You want to make a salad? Um, but anyways, back to what I was originally saying. I forgot exactly where, but there are sections within the Bible that actually do mention a plant of healing properties that people shall ignite to that the fire shall ignite so the people can breathe in prosperity, as they say. So, I mean, there you go. Um, I think it was. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Genesis 129 or some shit like that. I could be wrong, but yeah. So that's like my like argument slash rebuttal to like the religious aspect of it. Oh yeah, I know it's a shit post, but it's fun. It's just a funny one. It's just a funny like I guess like argument that at least I've gotten over the years because I've always been a heavy like I've always been a cannabis a cannabis connoisseur, cannabis activist in the community, but that yeah now I remember that was the correct one. So Gavin, what I'm talking about is the even though the shit post in the chat is just like a joke, but there is some form of validity within that argument of the whole like religious aspect behind the holiday and everything. I mean, granted, the holiday is just mainly more of like a recent social thing that people just dub today as 420 or is the International Day to Smoke, but there is religious text that talk about cannabis,
Yeah, like,
specifically Genesis 129.
is that the burning bush?
No, the Birdie Bush is something completely different.
Yeah, they think that was an ayahuasca plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Or something.
something like that.
Yeah, something of that nature. But Genesis 129 talks about stating something about how the Lord then uh, blessed the world with a plant that that once burned and inhaled, people shall breathe with prosperity and overall wellness, or some shit like that. And I remember from essentially growing up in the Rasta community, that's something that I was taught heavily.
Yeah, there's something to be said for the connection it gives to the earth. There's only one other thing that's like that, and I'd say that's mushrooms. Well, I've
Mm-hmm.
never done ayahuasca or DMT, um, with the toad venom one. I've never done that one or ayahuasca, and I don't know. I don't know if I like fuck with that. I've always said like
The t-
I'll
the
never
toe ve-
do.
the toe venom is more of a cleansing ritual before you actually take ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Good luck on your finals, there, Legion.
Godspeed. You know you'll need it. Um. Yeah, it's always been something I've said like I won't do it until like I want the full experience like when I die. Like I don't want like I already know what's out. Not to say that I already know, but like I've come to my own conclusions on the machine elves without having to see them.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that.
And it's almost like I feel like if I do take that look, um if I ever did look past that veil, it might ruin the pursuit of like to try and live a good life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't want to say it to like live like Jesus Christ or anything like that, but like working for the greater good, I think is admirable and viable trait for success on all planes.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm, this coffee is so good. All right, T minus 3 minutes.
I got I got 2 minutes from on my end.
Oh,
Yep.
it's at 2 minutes now.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting there. We're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
As we're getting ready to smoke, in honor of 420 on the East Coast, for all my East
Yes,
Coast fans out
sir.
there too. What's your preferred method of smoking?
Bowls.
Bowls?
Yeah, I like to smoke bowls.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's
You, you know, y'all know me. I like my joints and my blunts.
I like the wood thing. It's cool.
Dude, it's
Is
been
that
a
an
game changer.
accessory or did it come with?
Yeah, it's an accessory that I picked up. I was looking at like glass tips originally, but then I saw that the store had a wood tip.
Have you ever smoked out of a blunt stone?
Yes.
That's probably the highest you'll ever get on smoking a blunt.
Hon-
Smoking.
Honestly, a rose blunt's the way to go.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I've smoked cannabis cigars that are like they have instead of paper they have cannabis leaves, which is pretty interesting.
Fucking malware.
Smoked salmon. I like to smoke meth, so
My life is a meth.
singular meth, only one. How dismal. Need at least 20 meths.
Right? Well, you know me. Everything else with rhythm and my branding is dismal already.
It's tastefully it's tastefully crusty.
I was about to say tastefully crappy, tastefully
Oh,
shite.
crusty.
Crusty's a good term.
No. No. No, it's great. Your branding is great.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Mhm. It's all about like not necessarily content, but like having like uh assets.
Mm-hmm. By the way,
like
next
logos.
time
So it is. Cheers to my brothers and sisters out there.
to the East Coast, happy 420.
Ooh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Weed.
Ah, yes. And by
I
the
got
way,
this.
shout
Can
out
I
to
show this? Should I show this? You're
yeah,
smoking a joint.
yeah.
6.5 dozen nails.
By the way, shout out to Samazon for hooking it, this Amazon guy over at Nugget today for hooking it up with a free drink. That shit's fire.
What kind of drink is it?
It's this like organic energy drink called Amazon Energy by Samazon. It's acai and passion fruit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to all the hot tub streamers.
They
I don't
went
know.
they went back in time.
Mm. That's a good movie. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yep. Speaking of which, my 420 related question to you, since we're smoking on the hour the minute of 420. What's your go-to stoner movie?
Harold Kumar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? The first
White
one?
White Castle. Yeah, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, 100%. Neil Patrick Harris is an absolute gem in both of those movies.
Yes. Just that whole movie was great.
Yeah, so good. They ride the cheetah.
The whole scene at the college was great too.
It's a bong. That's from the next one, but he said bomb.
Oh my god, yeah, the second one was funny as fuck too.
Yeah, it was. They made a third one, but I never saw it.
Oh yeah, it was the Christmas one. That one was okay. That one was okay.
You remember the Christmas movie with Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
What was that?
You remember that Christmas movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen? It's like the ugly sweater or something like that. They all had weird sweaters on. I
No,
remember seeing that.
I
It's
don't
pretty
remember
it's
that one.
a pretty funny one. They all get like fucked up on all kinds of stuff like before having to go to Christmas mass and then they go to Christmas mass.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I
It
haven't
was
even heard
pretty
of
good.
that one before. I
Well,
have to look for.
obviously
I have to look for it and check it out.
it's funny. Seth Rogen walks into a Catholic church with a giant like Star of David sweater on Christmas.
Hell yes. I gotta say, my go-to stoner movie is excuse me. I had smoke that went up my nose and it made it itch. Excuse me.
How do you know it's good weed?
Yep. Um. Oh, I think I got a second one brewing. Hold on. Nope, I'm good. My go-to stoner movie is Dazed and Confused.
That is a good one. Classic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Super
Although,
good stoner show. No, I can't remember. Freaks and Geeks.
yes, that is my
Super good.
absolute favorite right there.
How old were you when you realized that the round table portions of that 70s show were them smoking weed and you were looking at the circle as the joint? How long did that take you?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I first started watching it. I was like 12,
Yeah.
so it probably didn't click until I was maybe like 15, 16.
I was like 22 when I realized that. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, you also got to remember it's the 70s, so back then another method of getting stoned was actual cannabis incense.
Okay, that sounds interesting. You
Yeah,
just get
so
the whole room stoned.
mm-hmm. So essentially, because you know, incense can fumigate a tight space if you fucking seal it up correctly. So, what's the most sealed up space in a house back then? A basement.
Sure that. Hmm.
So, you get, you know, one or two incense going and just chilling there for like, you know, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna be pretty stoned.
Yeah.
I always think those like air blower videos are really funny when
I've,
people are just like absolutely wasting ounces of weed.
I've always wanted to do that just once in my life.
Give a whole new meaning to face melt, like more like face obliteration.
Well, you want to talk about face obliteration? A homie of mine actually smoked a Cheech and Chong joint once.
Mhm.
Like, so, back when I was like really heavy in the reggae community, I had a homie
Mhm.
that owns a social media page called We Should Smoke, and he had the plug for like every fucking like reggae festival in California.
Nice.
Get VIP invites to every single one because he was the plug. So he would always show up with like these massive like 2 3 ounce fucking joints that were just like zeppelins.
Yeah, I
And
feel like
so,
that just wouldn't be fun at the end.
I mean, depending on who's at the party.
It's true. It's true.
And
That's
so
how it always goes.
he lit up one, and I'm working side stage over on the main stage while Hyrie from Hawaii, she and her band are performing, and he like taps my shoulder, goes, "You want to hit this?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I took it, fucking just started just hogging this fucking thing. I was dying. I'm like, "Here, take this before I pass out." And he goes, "All right, I'm gonna head out on stage and say hi to Hyrie." I'm like, "You go ahead, you're good."
Mhm.
And he just walks out, and next thing I know, I hear the whole crowd roar. And like I just hear, "Yo, let's give it up for Oswald from We Should Smoke." And then I look over and I just see her turn around, and then she just goes, "Holy shit!" and just takes